the Bus podcast.
I'm Holmes.
I'm Jazz.
I'm Tryn.
I'm Kens.
Today we have a very special guest. This is Megan Spinks, who is an ex-professional footballer for Leicester City. And we're just going to be talking about, asking some questions about, your career and what's it like being a female footballer.
Thank you for having me.
Right, first off, we want to talk about the breaking the barriers. So, as a female playing football, what are the struggles, that you come across, for one, as, playing in a male-dominated sport, and, what challenges did you face?
It's a good question. I think I'm probably, obviously, older than I look. So when I started playing football, it wasn't anywhere as, big as it is right now. So in terms of, what you guys are seeing, the exposure you get to see it on your TVs, that wasn't a thing when I was a young person. So I think, some of the challenges for me was I didn't even think playing football was an option.
Yeah.
I never seen girls playing football. When I started playing football, I didn't play with any other girls. I played with boys.
Yeah.
So, I guess, one of, the barriers was I didn't even think it was an opportunity for me.
Yeah.
What was it like playing with just boys and, not playing with girls? Was there any, judgment or something because, you were a girl and that?
Yeah, definitely. I think there was a lot of judgment, borderline bullying probably, for the fact that I was a girl. And I think there was I had two very different experiences with it. So I had some of the boys that would be on my team that would really support me and would almost back me. So, but then when I was facing opposition of boys, I'd often get a lot of abuse from them.
Yeah.
But my teammates would also always kind of back me up. But
Yeah. Another question? Do you want the sheet? There you are.
Guys, what's the question?
Not really prepared, are we, guys?
Sorry.
The gender pay gap is a big issue in football. How does that reflect wider society, and what changes do you think need to happen in both sport and beyond?
yeah, I think it's improving within sport. I think that there's still a massive issue there in terms of the financial gap, especially women's football. I think all sports there's a huge gap, but I feel like it's probably not just in sport, which is the sad reality, and it shouldn't be like that. As a female, as a woman, if we're doing a job, we should be paid for that job, regardless of our gender.
What is the gap specifically?
I mean, in terms of football, it's huge. So I was reading something earlier actually that the men's Euros, they were getting paid more just to attend than the female got for winning the whole tournament.
Wow. Yeah, we're the only ones that actually won the Euros.
Yeah, so the financial gap is ridiculous, and in terms of salaries and stuff like that, when I was younger, there was only one team that was paying females to play football.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's improved. A lot of the WSL are paid, but in terms of that full-time salary, it isn't fantastic. A lot of the women could probably go and get a 9-to-5 job that would pay more than following their dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look back, those are the ones now still would have had jobs beforehand. Because I remember seeing a lot of them were saying they were working jobs at the top. I think Jordan Nobbs was a coach on top of being a footballer as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A lot of female footballers do have other jobs, and then obviously playing football on the side, was that something that you had to do?
Yeah, so I obviously played football since I was very young, and it kind of got to the age of 17, 18, and I wanted to learn to drive, and I had to think about what I wanted to kind of do with my life, and I didn't see football as a career. So for me, it wasn't, I'm going to stick at this full time and just play football. For me, it was, I need to get a job, I need to get qualified in something, and kind of looking at things outside of football. So, and that's kind of probably where it was really difficult for me, because I went to university and I studied and I had 2 part-time jobs, and I was trying to play football, and part-time jobs are unsociable hours, so I'd kind of work a lot of evenings, I'd work at the weekends a lot, so I'd either miss training, I'd sometimes miss my games, And I always relied on people to take me to trainings, take me to games, because I didn't drive at the time. So for me, it wasn't a career option. It was just a hobby that I enjoyed.
What would you say to someone who wants to get into sport but kind of is nervous about it?
I think be brave, take an opportunity and just enjoy it. I think you don't have to be the best at any sport or whatever you want to do, but if you enjoy it, then you'll get something out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that there is so much more to football than the football, if that makes sense. I think like it's a team sport. Like a lot of my good friends are from football.
Yeah.
It's fantastic social, and it keeps you fit and well and active as well. So I think, just be brave, try it.
Yeah.
And I think, just be like open to it.
Yeah.
And it's not something that like, it's a skill essentially. It's not something you're just going to naturally be good at, but actually like the more you practice, the better you get at it. So
yeah. I mean, we talked about this like behind the scenes already, but like just for like the people watching, like I'm 15 and I want to start playing football and I've never played football ever. So like what kind of advice, or like just to anyone who wants to start something a bit later, like
I think it's never too late. I think just be open and willing to learn, but just enjoy it. Like just go with an open mind and just try your best. And I think that the more you turn up and the more you go, you're kind of like growing confidence, you're growing skills, but you're never too old. Like always just go for it and have fun doing it.
I mean, when it comes to injuries, obviously women are a lot more like injury prone due to the pitches they play on, the shoes that are obviously made for males' feet in mind. Did you ever like suffer injuries due to the pitches you are playing on or training on?
I feel like I was quite fortunate, to be honest, in terms of injuries. I didn't really get many injuries until kind of later on in my career, which was kind of why I stopped. But I think reflecting, like a lot of my friends had quite significant injuries, like there was a lot of ACLs and stuff like that people hurt. I think women's football in my era wasn't equipped. Like we wasn't given the right facilities. Like you say, the pitches weren't fantastic. And like the financial side of it, like a lot of the girls would then be out of employment, out of uni, like they couldn't go anywhere because they were injured. So it kind of wasn't just the impact on the game and the football, but it was like outside of football. Like they weren't insured, so they'd be taking a financial loss. And we also didn't have physios, we didn't have any support with nutrition.
For like the people who don't know what ACL is like or what it is, how would you like describe that?
Anterior cruciate ligament, so it's within your knee. So like it's very, very common within females, especially when they're on the period, but it's essentially when the ligament kind of goes within your knee. And you might have seen some of like big players out recently with ACLs. It can take you out for like a season, sometimes two, and it's kind of difficult to recover from.
Before you actually became professional, like did you play in college or high school? And obviously, I mean, it happens with us now. Obviously, I play college football, but like they always kind of prioritise the males teams. Like they always put their matches first, don't they? Because we obviously play for the same team. They put the males matches first or the males tournaments first, and it's like we're always the ones that's kind of pushed to the side. Like last year, the males, like they was in the whole league, and we was only playing tournaments. It's only this year that they've actually managed to get us and prioritise us in a new season, because obviously we've got a new manager now. But like, did you experience the same thing?
Yeah, definitely. I went to a very small primary school. There was literally like 70 kids in the whole school. So female football just wasn't a thing at all. Sports in general wasn't really a thing. And then when I went to high school, like, I was kind of excited because I thought it's bigger, there's more kids, like there's better sports facilities. And I was like, oh, I might be able to actually play football rather than just on a really old school pitch. And there was never any female football team. And it was me that was kind of like, I didn't like PE, if I'm being brutally honest. Like my sport was football. Like I wasn't really interested in any other sports. So And PE for girls was always netball and hockey.
Yeah.
Tell me about
I can't
it.
stand netball. No offense to anyone who plays it, but like no.
Basketball's better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
But it was
Netball
always
isn't
like, it was always the same sports on repeat. And I remember saying to my PE teacher, like, oh, are we going to do football? And they were like, they just kind of looked at me and I'm like, well, are we on? Are we not? And they were kind of like, well, no, not really. And I was like, well, is there like, can we have a football team or stuff like that? And I was quite lucky because some of the girls that were in my year group, I played on the same kind of grassroots team as them. We were in the same year. So we were all kind of like, look, we're here, we want to play. And we managed to scrape 5 of us together. But the 5 of us that played, I think like 2 of them had never kicked a ball. So there was kind of that opportunity. But again, there was no league.
Yeah.
It was very much about like other schools and if they could scrape together five girls to play football. But yeah, like that probably lasted 2 years and then girls got older and didn't want to play anymore on our team, so we didn't have a team.
Sounds like my first school I went to. It's one of my schools. I had to actually ask the teachers to get a football team in. They didn't even have like training. It wasn't even on the curriculum. All I remember is year 7 we did netball all the time.
Yeah.
Now the girls, I'm sorry, they weren't actually that good at it. Couldn't even throw a ball. Anyway, but yeah, I had to ask them. I was like to my teacher, said, look, can we set something up? I will totally run it. I've got coaches that I know will come in and totally run it for me anyway. But yeah, it's not until I left they got in. I was like, I left now.
Yeah.
How'd you get in then?
At my school, because I'm like, these guys are in college, but I'm still in school, and like basically, yeah. So like they used to have a girls' football team, but I don't know if they're gonna like bring it in later or like, because I kind of like don't believe that they wouldn't have it, because like there are people in my school there are girls in my school that play football, and they've had like girls football for like ages, but this year they've only done boys football and netball. They've only done netball and football but football just for boys, like not for girls. And I'm a bit like,
Yeah, they've stopped it in it because I went to the same school as you. I'm just going to brag, but we won every year. We won the County Cup and the Leicester and OB Cup, whatever. Wigston and OB. And our team was actually, I would say, was really, really good. And we played through 7 to 11. And obviously, the last few years, they've just stopped the girls' football team. I don't know why, because there were so many girls that wanted to do it. So many. And obviously, when it comes to the males, it was always all the boys who wants to play for the team, they'll get you sorted. But when it comes to the girls, it's like it's so pushed to the side everywhere. Even though people do say obviously the women's football is quite popular nowadays, and it is, I agree. But like when it comes to actually, youngers wanting to play football, it's still pushed to the side. Like how do we expect it to get bigger if we're not given the opportunities at a young age?
I almost like kind of don't really believe it. Like I feel like they will bring it on like, I don't know, maybe like next month or something, or like maybe they've like only told the people who were in it last year about it. Like I kind of don't think that they wouldn't do it. But I feel like even if they did just tell the people that were in it last year and it was kind of like a private thing, I think like they should still be open to like other people who've like never been in the team before that want to be in the team.
Yeah.
Macca the sheep.
Oh, sorry, I'm like zoned out. What should I pick?
TikTok.
Well, yeah. Well, that's just. I was gonna. I was picking on your PE question. Did that sport just always come natural to you, or did you have to like rubbish on?
So I have 2 brothers. I have an older brother and I have a younger brother. So I kind of grew up with a male-dominated world. And my older brother rides motorbikes. So he rides dirt bikes. He does that professionally.
Someone out there.
So that was kind of like always kind of like in my blood as such, but I'm female and I mean there isn't much to me. I'm literally like 5 foot, so I was even tiny when I was younger. So my mum and dad were like, "Whoa, like you're not going on a motorbike. Like you're way too small. Like you'll break yourself." So I was kind of like, well, I need a hobby. Like I was always like, I see my older brother, like this, he's 5 years older than me, and I seen like the enjoyment he got from riding motorbikes. And I was like, I need a hobby. I need something I can like take to and enjoy. So when I tell you I tried everything, I went dancing, I went horse riding, I went karate. I literally tried so many things, and it wasn't until like I put a pair of football boots on, and I was just like, I love it. Like, this is me. Like as soon as I got the boots on, I was just like, I can really get behind this. And I think that, yeah, I fell in love with it from that moment. So I was 5 when I started playing football. Wow. Which is quite young. But yeah, like my brother would play in the garden with me and stuff like that. And I think it just stuck. So yeah, I'd always kind of say that I had like a sporty feel, and I was always kind of interested in sport, but it was just football. Like I hated PE. Like I hated standing in the cold playing hockey.
Yeah.
As you said, you was obviously grew up in obviously a male family. For one, did they support football? Like, did they watch football?
So yes and no. So like motorbikes was always like that was the sport. My dad followed football and would like entertain it kind of thing, but no one else in the household played.
Oh right. But obviously, when you're watching it, did you obviously? I don't think generations above you were like famous as they were now. When you was growing up, I take it your role models were male. Because obviously, I don't think you would have the opportunity to then watch females football, which is like a lot of us our age, we never growing up got the opportunity to watch female football. So therefore, our role models were male footballers, and you know what I mean. Did you get the opportunity to actually experience watching female football?
Yeah, like definitely. I watched a lot of male football. I idolised people like Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi, like just idolised how they played and like they're technically gifted. And I don't think, like I say, I didn't even really think that female football was a thing. Like I didn't think there was opportunities. I didn't really see any other kind of athletes. It wasn't until like later on in my career when I came across Alex Scott. So she was playing for Arsenal at the time. And then she retired a good few years back now, but now she's like a pundit on Sky Sports. She does lots of work with the BBC. And I actually managed to meet her at a couple of kind of work events. And for me, like she's like a huge role model. But it's kind of almost too late for me, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like I've had my play days, like I don't play anymore. I'm not really involved with the sport anymore. But I guess she's like the only significant person that's really stood out.
Go on, Holly.
I'm picking one.
What? Go on.
Okay, so basically, yeah. The media often portrays women athletes differently from men. How do you think those stereotypes influence everyday gender expectations? What are you doing?
Right, anyway, come on, focus.
You might have to repeat that question because
Yeah,
you lost me, so.
Which one was it? The media often portrays women athletes differently from men. How do you think those stereotypes influence everyday gender expectations?
I think there's been a big shift recently. I think female sport is probably publicised more in the media than it ever was. Is it for the right reasons? Is it for the wrong reasons? It causes an awful lot of divide online. It shouldn't, like it really shouldn't. At the end of the day, like we just want to play sports, just like men and boys want to play sports. Why should it be any different? In terms of everyday expectations, yeah, I guess so. I think that I probably see it quite a lot in my work. I mean, I've got quite a professional job now, and there's certain expectations of females and males, and they do differ in certain positions, and I don't think they should.
I agree.
Again, signals.
He's such a bad contortionist. Whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, he wants me to elaborate.
Elaborate.
On what?
On what I just said. Okay, so I guess in terms of like in the professional world as well, like when I was younger, I never used to really see females in positions of power. In manager positions, it would always just be male dominated. Whereas now I work in a team that's 90% female with a female leader in a police force, which is, quite impressive actually. So I think that there is expectations of certain genders and what we do and what we're capable of doing. But I'd like to think that the people around me that I work with kind of smash through some of those expectations.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your job? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a prevention and diversion manager. So I work within the Violence Reduction Network. And essentially, I just try and provide some, we call it diversionary activity. I'll break it down for you, but some diversionary activity for young people to steer them away from crime and violence. Mm-hmm. So just lots of different activity, whether it be sports, music-based, youth work. So I support the community sector to really kind of create some of those opportunities, a bit like what you guys are doing here.
Yeah.
To give you something to do.
It's brilliant.
Which ones have we already done?
Oh my god, I have one. So basically, yeah. Like, you know how you're saying like about, yeah, like you didn't think like female football was like a thing and everything, and like everything was like male dominated. Did you have to have like a lot of resilience and like optimism and stuff?
Definitely.
Because it sounds like it was like hard and stuff.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yeah, I think like resilience is definitely something that I've built through football. I think that you face so many pushbacks. You face so much like borderline abuse for it that you've got to be thick-skinned and strong to just kind of be like, no, I enjoy it. I do it for a reason. I want to carry on playing, and you just carry on playing. And it is frustrating that you even have to face some of those things. Yeah. But for me, it just felt like part and parcel of it. And I think that so much of my playing career has influenced me now. Like, I think, like, in terms of me personally, like my day-to-day life, like just dealing with like things that people think are like quite minor or quite big, like I just take it on kind of my chin. And even in like my professional career, like I'm not afraid to kind of stand up and advocate for myself and kind of say how I feel, because I think that I spent so long like silenced and not able to like be me, whereas now I can be me.
I mean, I have quite a big topic that I do experience myself and a lot of female footballers that I obviously play with. When it comes to like the female footballers being like part of the LGBTQ community, a lot of us get hate, and I understand, you know, the armbands obviously trying to make awareness, but obviously a lot of people are now hating on it. Like, did you obviously experience or know people that have got hate of either being gay while playing football? And it's like, it's a huge stigma, like most female footballers are gay, which, yeah, some of them are and a lot of them are, but not every single one of them is. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and I think that, you know, that was a thing when I was a child, and I think that that's another thing that's came a long way, like in terms of LGBTQI plus awareness and acceptance. I think it's a lot more spoken about, publicised now than it ever has been, and it's through things like the rainbow armband and the rainbow laces and stuff like that it gets that awareness. And I think that, like, yeah, I remember being 5-6 and being called a lesbian just because I wanted to play football, and yes, I identify with that community now, but just because I played football back then didn't make me automatically a lesbian.
Yeah, it's like as soon as when you're young, it's like automatically you play football, you're going to be gay.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck onto you.
Yeah, it's like, obviously I know a lot of people who I play football who aren't gay and are straight, but obviously a lot of people are saying, oh, you play sport, you know, you must be gay, or you're going to turn gay, or like something like that, you know what I mean? And like, it's not nice for them, and it's not nice for obviously the people who are gay as well, and it's like it's not nice obviously being criticised about it, all this, that and the other. So that is another struggle, obviously. Not even in just football either, it's in women's sport as a whole.
There was that whole like controversy and stuff when like the male, was it like the Euros or whatever, like I don't really care, but like it was, there was like okay, let me finish my stuff first. There was like, because they did it in like Qatar or something.
Qatar.
Yeah, and they're like against it, and they wore those like sleeves or something, and it was like controversial and stuff.
Yeah, because they don't, obviously it's illegal to get married there if you're gay, illegal to be gay there. It doesn't give, obviously when it comes to the lionesses, like they would never be able to play there because a lot of the lionesses are, you know, gay and do have girlfriends. But it's like the males, even in males you do get, there's a select few who are not out as gay, because again, even in the male community, they will get criticised for being gay.
Because like sport in itself is very like it's kind of stereotyped as being kind of like, I don't know,
If you're male, you're straight. If you're women, you're gay.
tough. like kind of like, I don't know, like tough and like not aggressive, but like hard and stuff. So it's kind of like they kind of expect women to not be like that and to be like very like feminine and like soft or whatever, and not like how football is, but like men are supposed to be like straight and tough. How can we change these stereotypes?
Shut your mouth.
It's a big question. I think the more campaigns and stuff that goes on in terms of like raising that awareness is really obviously only going to make things improve. I think that there needs to be more support as well for individual players in terms of like their sexuality and kind of navigating that for both the men's and the women's game. I think that there's a real spot for it. And I think that, you know, like locally, there's specific groups for people of that community to play in a space that they feel safe and is inclusive. So I think like the more things we can have like that will only better the game.
Guys, where did Kenzie go?
He left, but that's okay. I've lost my thought of chat now. I was going to say something actually quite important.
How did you deal with favoritism?
Managers always have favourites. You've got to agree that
they do, and it's really annoying when like their daughter's on the team. Like,
oh my, and they're not even that good.
Yeah, they're having a bad game and they don't even sub them.
I know.
I think that I very much have adapted like my own way of thinking, that I can only control myself.
Yeah.
Like I can only play to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And only I'm responsible for how I perform on the pitch. I'm quite shy and quiet if you meet me like out and about, but if you get me on a pitch, I'm like small and mighty, like I'm super loud. So I guess for me, it was always about like just performing on the pitch and trying not to get too frustrated about it. But challenging sometimes. I think that like the older you get and the more confident you get, especially if you had a manager for quite a while, just being like, hang on a minute, like what do I have to do to get onto this pitch?
Yeah. To elaborate on when it comes to the pitch, like you're mighty and all this stuff. I'm a defender, right?
Yeah.
And I need to not swear. Some strikers can really get on my nerves in a way, and it's like you then kind of tick and you can become kind of like mouthy in a way. How do you not? Because they frustrate me so much. Some of them you just get in there.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah,
like especially like when you mark a player on the pitch, so you're like stood side to side, and like that player usually stays with you through the whole game. And sometimes you have a nice conversation. You're like, oh, it's cold today. It's really rainy today. Other times they're abusing you a little bit. I think again it goes back to like you can only control yourself, and actually like they can give it mouth as much as they want, but if you skin them on the football pitch, then like you one up, aren't you, essentially?
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, just being firm with like who you are as a player and your own ability, like just have the confidence in yourself that it doesn't matter what other people are saying and other people are doing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got hot-headed and lost it a few times, especially at referees, like when a decision doesn't go your way, but
when the whole game doesn't go your way because they're one-sided.
But actually I think like sometimes the consequences are a lot worse. Like I've seen people lose their head on the pitch, get carded and get sent off, and it's like actually like that extra body on the pitch is so much more important than whatever points you had to make.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So I think it's just like it comes with experience and time though. Like you just learn to kind of channel your emotions, and I feel like doing something off the pitch to get rid of that emotion will only kind of strengthen like how you're feeling.
That makes me think of Bend It Like Beckham and that bit in that bit when they played the game at the end, and like the main character, I don't know, they were like getting angry at each other, and then one of them said something racist to the main character, and then she got like kicked off the pitch, and like do you know what I mean? Like, that was unfair because like it wasn't her fault, but she got kicked off the pitch. Do you think like referees and like whoever does that, like, do you think when something like discrimination and stuff like happens, do you think they deal with it well or not?
I think it's very difficult. I think I can't take it away from referees. At the end of the day, they've got a whole pitch to cover and many players to try and keep an eye on. And essentially they're there to make sure the game runs smoothly. So they're more focused on the ball than probably anything else and making sure the ball's keeping moving. So I guess they could be doing a better job of it. Like, I think if you think about technology now in terms of like VAR and there's cameras and stuff like that in like the men's game, I think, yes, they probably could be doing a better job. Do I think they could challenge it more? Yes. But I also feel like there probably needs to be some more support for referees. Like, they can only do what's within their control at that time.
I think there should be a lot more female referees as well, because obviously referees is the majority is males. And when I did see this one game where there was a female the referee in a male's game, she was getting a lot of hate, especially from the players as well, obviously, you know, because obviously she's making the wrong decisions because she's a girl or she doesn't know football. But like, I know a lot of girls that want to be referees as well aren't getting the opportunities to then become them without getting hate. It's on not just actual players, it's obviously female refs as well. So like, I do know people who wanted to be a female ref but obviously didn't because of the hate.
Yeah, so I've got a friend that actually she's a female ref in the WSL now. So she started off in kind of grassroots, but she, in order to kind of get onto the pathway of becoming a ref, she had to obviously start at the bottom. So she'd be reffing boys' games, girls' games, and she would get significant abuse at some of the boys' games, and sometimes by parents. Like, it wasn't even just the players. So actually, like, she took a massive hit, and she was kind of like, is this for me? Is this something I want to do? And I know she took a couple of years out before kind of going back. And it got to the stage sometimes where there'd be certain teams she couldn't ref because the abuse was that bad, which, is horrendous to think about. But yeah, it definitely has an impact.
When it comes to games, I think parents shouldn't be allowed to say anything, because obviously when I was playing when I was younger, you hear a lot of parents either yelling at the kids or yelling at the ref, and it's like sometimes you just want to go shh, because it's really, it not only distracts you but it distracts your team as well, because everyone's shouting. Like, it's just, please.
I think like because like the referees, like, I mean, I don't really know, but like the referee's kind of like the person who like is in charge of like the rules, and they kind of like tell them off if they like break the rules. Like, the kind of like if it's like the bye if it's like the like the male like making up the rules, and well, not making up the rules but like doing the rules and doing everything and like being sort of more in charge than the women, like the men are in more power, like what kind of message is that sending?
So you're saying that male referees come across in more of a powerful position?
It's a long question.
No, like kind of, yeah, but like like the do referees like have more power than the players? Yeah. And if it's like a male in that position having more power than the women.
Yeah, I hear you. So what you're saying is, like, if a female refs a male game, like,
they don't think that like the women
should have any power in that. Yeah, no. Potentially.
Right, we have come to the end of this podcast. It was very nice having you on. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And bye.
Subscribe.
Yes, like, comment, everything. Make us famous.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Truth